in two programs together now. We've won grants and grant funded opportunities. We talked for 2 hours the other night about grants, and I was like, oh my gosh, I found my people. So I'm so excited. So tap your screen, the amount of grant money that you need. That's the least you can do is call it forth. We ain't even applied. Y'all will be surprised how easy it is to win this money, honey. Okay, but I need to get you in the current state of mind that you can win. So if you're telling me, not in the chat, but in your taps, how much you want to win, you're starting to be like, you know what? Okay, let me get this happen. First, you got to believe that you can do it. And if you're believing, that means you're already tapping your screen. You ain't talked to me in the chat yet because I ain't even said nothing yet. But you hear and you're tapping, girl. You ain't on camera. I am. Y'all looking at my hair. I permed her an hour ago. You're welcome. I be figuring, when you get your hair done, you feel different. I just feel like my hair is done. I always feel cute. But anyway, Queen Sugar says she's a new business owner this week for profit. Congratulations, Queen Sugar. We see you and we celebrate you, sis. Let's see. This is for Black women, for-profit small business owners. So if you're here and you're not a Black woman, thank you so much. Let me be deep. Thank you so much for supporting Black women, because that's all we talk about, talk to, and help here. Thank you for lifting up Black women. Thank you for being the ally for Black women. Matter of fact, you probably got a Black woman in your network that you could just take a minute and tap and invite her into the conversation, because we need these rooms, this safe space. Because see, when we're quiet, nobody says anything. But when the safe space is created for us, we hear, what about this? And what about that? And what about this? And I'm like, what about it? We're not anti anybody. I will block you though. So be careful how you come at me, okay? So this is a ministry specifically for Black women with for-profit small businesses. Queen Sugar says, thank you, sis. You are welcome, okay? So as you come in the room, tap the screen. Even if you're not a Black woman, you can tap. Taps are free. Again, thank you for supporting Black women, okay? So we're helping Black women, for-profit small business owners. Again, my name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I have a whole mentorship program. We have over 600 ladies in the mentorship. We're about to bring in 300 more real soon. And a couple of y'all will get a chance to come join me tonight. Thank you, Canal. Is that how you say it? Hey, girl. Now, y'all, this whole, lots of y'all on the live is new to me, okay? TikTok is such a trend. We're on the latest trend to get a lot of y'all here, and tapping helps, right? And so, I heard you also get credit or points or some kind of way when TikTok picks up on how much you tap. It's like so much to this game. I'm learning how to play. So TikTok is keeping up with who's tapping the screen. And some kind of way they reward you on lives or something. I don't know. We're going to learn together, okay? And so, yeah, it's a lot of y'all here. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the chat so y'all can talk to me. I love conversation. Christy is saying Dr. of. So my doctorate is honorary from a Bible University in Nigeria for 30 years in ministry, okay? I didn't do 4 years, pay $100,000 and let white people beat me down. I was honored on behalf of ministry, serving in the church, helping build churches, serving in the church. If you a church girl, you know what serving in the church is. So yes, Dr. Andrika J. Austin, that's me. And shouts out. So one of my degrees that I went to school for as well is in training and development. So I really love training. I love working with Black women online in the adult education space. So one of my degrees is from Mercer University here in Atlanta, Georgia. So if y'all in Georgia, we breathe in the same air, girl. And then I'm working on my master's. Yeah, don't ask me about that. But anyway, Miss B say I'm awesome. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Okay. Let me be nosy real quick because I'm real nosy. I want to know about y'all. Y'all asking me questions. Tell me about you. What is your business? And you got to be quick because TikTok is also known to just randomly delete all the comments that's in this chat. So the quicker you talk to me, the quicker I can see, the quicker I will respond and answer your questions and stuff. But right now, answer my question and tell me about your business. Now, I want to know about the business that you want to win a grant for. What is that business? If you have a lot of businesses or a lot of ideas, tell me about one, like your favorite, or like prioritize it. Like if I had to choose one of my ideas and one of my business right now to get a grant today, it will be this one. Tell me about that one. I want to know. Let me see what I can see. Let me turn on my screen because I be struggling to see something. So with glasses on, I think I need a stronger subscription too. Okay. Tap. Oh, I gotta make my font bigger. That's what it is. Yup, right there. If you're on the channel with us, we're on YouTube as well under blackwomenandgrants.com. Just spell out the OT part. When or if TikTok goes away, that's where I'm gonna be still on the live. So y'all better come subscribe to our channel, okay? Faye says, I already have one business and need working capital. Why is this not letting me scroll, y'all? Hold on. See, TikTok. I try to read from my Baperta, as my little niece used to computer, so I can see your comments, but TikTok stopped showing me the comments. So hold on just a minute. Let it catch up. I see. Okay, they're coming in now. I had to refresh my screen. Faye says, the business is a child care center. Friends and friends. Why you spell it two different ways? What that mean? That's kind of cute though, because we read it the same. I like that. You missing the one with the DS. So tell me what is friends and friends. Children blankets. Oh, TikTok. I was reading Garby Barbies, but it went away. It just refreshes, y'all. I don't even have to be doing nothing. Okay, there we go. Garby Barbie Independent Living. Tabitha Independent Housing. We got two of y'all. Coco says sea moss. Coco, you go to the sea and get the moss, girl. How that work? Jay says brand strategist. China says, I would choose clothing resale. I like it. Save the planted. Okay. Candy says multimedia production company. Lizzie says event planning and rentals. Your Miss B says food service. What kind of food, Miss B? What you be cooking and serving in the food? Arkansas says start my food truck. Lamia says California Black Woman earrings and accessories. That was one of my first businesses too, girl. I used to design. I don't do it no more, but it's money in it, girl. Especially with the Girl Scouts. Look into them because they can get a badge for making jewelry. But anyway, just sowing that seed. But becoming a vendor for a school district dance. Okay, vendor. Candace says custom crochet items. I love it, Candace. Do you do like clothes, hats, everything, anything? Riri, hey girl. She says medical delivery courier. Are you delivering people or like medical items and stuff? Ian Love says beauty products. Miss B says private catering. Lamaya. I think it's Lamaya. Is that right? It sounds gorgeous. Says praise dance company. Praise dance for contemporary. That's your business? That is so cool. I used to praise dance back in the day. I think my knees just ain't what they used to be, but the God is good. Okay, let me keep scrolling. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting there. If you're just joining us, let me catch you up to where we are. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of blackwomenandgrants.com. I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. Period. Okay. In the chat, you're tapping your screen. Somebody been busy on these tabs. We at 30. Wow. I wasn't even paying attention, y'all. Let's see if we can get to 50 today. I would be so honored to get 50,000 likes on this live today. Y'all showing out for the 99 and the 2000. And we had 116 people on our last live and we didn't even get there. Somebody over there literally tapping for their life. So here are the rules to the tap. When you come in, you're tapping the screen. You're telling me, hey, Dr. AJ, I'm here, right? That's the roll call. You are telling me that you're Black. Let's start there, okay? You're a woman. Let's start there. You're a for-profit small business. You're based in the United States. You're over the age of 18, but you're tapping in how many years you are? 40. Put 40 taps in there, okay? Then you asking God for another 40 plus. So you better tap in the amount of more years that you're manifesting. Then for the neighbor that's on here that ain't tapped yet or she ain't got it in the tap, let her borrow your faith and tap for her. God give her more favorable years on this earth. Work it out for Jesus. Then you're telling me that not only are you over the age of 18, but I got some more for you. We're also tapping in how much in grants you want to win in your business. So if it's a lot, you better get to tapping, honey. We need to. And so TikTok is keeping up with that. I'm learning our new back-end system as a live host. I'm also one of TikTok's They call it the TikTok Creator Community Program. It's a year-long program. We meet weekly and we learning about stuff. And I'm trying to show them I'm doing my homework. But anyway, you're telling me also, here's another question. What is your business? By the way, even if you don't meet all of the TAP qualifications, you can still tap. It's free because you probably know somebody who meets all those. They're Black, they're woman, they're for-profit, based in the United States, over the age of 18. You better tap for your friend. Amen. Tap for the ladies that should be here, and let's welcome them into this conversation. And then in the chat, while TikTok shows me your comments, after you tap, you're telling me about your business. You got to give to receive. Okay. You got to give some taps to receive some time. Amen. Okay. Alexandria says, I started an after school tutoring program in 2019. Really a great start. Lost your dad and you quit. I bet you he is proud that you're here today trying to get that mojo back. I know what that's like, girl. Yeah, we are glad you're here, friend. And it says healthcare, a wellness clinic to help monitor vitals and manage medications for the elderly. I love it, Annette. Tabitha, thank you for sharing the live, girl. Y'all be like Tabitha. Let's celebrate her. Thank you, Tab. Oops, I'm drinking out the wrong end. Let me switch I hate this about Stanley's. Depending on what hand you're using. Maybe that's a good feature. Okay. There we go. One none coming out the other end. Canal. Kina says she does spiritual consultation. Nessa does bookkeeping. Chrissy is an accounting firm. Miss AC, candles and custom cups. I like the C's, the iterations. Friend says partially my name and a community of friends. I love it. That is such a cute way to spell that. Okay, TikTok skipped me to the end. So let's see. Sorry, y'all, if it looks like I'm skipping over you. TikTok is literally just refreshing off of a whim. Shantiz has an online clothing store and a networking event business. Keisha, residential assisted living. Hey, Monticle. Alicia says, hey, Dr. AJ, you're a Christian artist building art camps, programs for kids in your community. Alicia, hey, girl. She said, we over here tapping for this grandma. Y'all better keep on tapping. We at 42.9. I think we're going to hit 50K. I think we're going to go over 50K. I'm going to have some faith and manifest some things on tonight. Amen. Bernice says, I want to open my CPR business. We are such giving people. I love that for us. Alicia, we got two of y'all. Says, hi there. I'm a Christian artist. Okay, I saw that. TikTok is skipping me around. Queen Sugar is Airbnb midterm rentals. Love it. Hey, Notary Girl. Faye says, I'm a preschool teacher. I have a commercial cleaning business, and I want to open a childcare center. I love it. Y'all have such good visions. So in the chat, if you're just joining us, you're just telling me about your business. I hope I get to see it. For TikTok, just scrolls right on past it or deletes it. I don't know why it does this. I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to be clicking. Let me see. Moderation settings? I don't know. It won't let me do nothing about it. So anyway, let me try to catch the rest of y'all. Candy, we read yours, multimedia production company. Oh, you know what, too? I'm getting distracted. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, I'll figure that out later. It's Lamaya. See, I was saying it right. Thank you. Cassie, thank you for sharing the live. Y'all be like Cassie. Lamaya says, nice, my girls and Girl Scouts. Yes. So one of my first businesses was called Journey Girl back in 2000 and I can't even remember, but yeah, I made a lot of money through Girl Scouts, getting them badges, teaching jewelry making classes to kids. So, friend, do it, lady. Chrissy has the accounting firm. Custom. Okay, it's repeating now for some reason. I can't even see the newbies. Candy says tapping for you all. Thank you, Candy. Thank you for sharing the live, Candace. Barbie, thank you. She's sharing the live too. She's sharing. Grandma says, hello, my name is Idol. I'm in school for culinary, and I want to start a catering business and bakery. Get it, catering. Love it. All right, so if I didn't call you out yet, put your comment back in there. Let's see if TikTok will let me see it this time. I'm going to try to scroll back and see if I can find some of the old comments. Nope. It's showing me the same stuff. So if you told me before, girl, tell me again. TikTok made me not see it. But hurry, you got like 60 seconds. Welcome, Lenora. Thank you for sharing the live. Anybody else want to tell me about your business in the chat real quick? Okay, it's going fast now. Jelly G says Lenora Bloom, nutritionist and wellness coach. Her soul Birdie, like Glorilla, Birdiful, says, I just joined the line. We offer fully customizable vegan hair. Y'all got me reading big words. That's a big word for Elmo. Fully customizable vegan hair and skincare products. I like it. Grandma, share the live. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Nadine says independent living. Don't laugh. Her soul. I see you laughing at me. April says event production, bartenders, wait staff. That sounds fancy. Did I see Nadine's? I made it to 50. We made it to 50. Y'all think we can make it to 100,000 likes during the night? I'll be on here. We got at least 30 more minutes. If y'all keep tapping in the amount of grant money you want to win, amount of more years you want on this earth, start prophesying for the kids too. Put some more years on their life. Lord, protect them babies. Because I just watched one of the TikTok influencers that passed recently. This ain't to get deep or dark, but stuff like this I really be paying attention to. He was 27. Malik Taylor. May he rest in peace. We're honoring him with a moment of silence. I remember giggling at some of his stuff and also blocking him because he was a little ratchet sometimes, but he brought entertainment and smiles. I do know his content. So I didn't know he was 27. So we just never know, but if nothing else, through taps, we are telling the Lord he can read our heart. Now, Jesus, please spare me and my babies help. Just, hey, now. And let's tap for his family as well, because he is part of a legacy here on TikTok with content creators. So, this is getting on my. I wish I could figure out how to read y'all comments without TikTok refreshing. Lamaya says, Alicia Harris, you forgot your. Okay, y'all seeing each other's comments that I can't even see. Deborn mom. Okay, mom, I'm gonna just say that. Says, I would like to get into grant write as a job, looking at grant writing courses. I don't have any course suggestion for grant writers because let's get into the content. We don't write grants. I don't, but I win them. And so we're in the for-profit space. So I hope y'all got your journals. You need a journal when you come to my lives. You need a pen and a piece of paper. I am a trainer. My bachelor's degree in applied science from Mercer University, class of 2016, is in training and development, specifically HR, but training and development. I'm used to dealing with people. So I'm always on here teaching and training. So bring your journals because I'm about to teach you some things. Okay, so there's about 11. Hi, Dr. Daphne. That was my mom's name. So there are 10 frequently asked questions I'm about to answer for those of you who are here. As you come in, we're just tapping our screen and welcome. Y'all also do like, who is this? Tracy Dunlop. Let's clap her up. She just followed this page. So follow this page before I forget to ask you to follow this page, or demand, push, tell, motivate, threaten you to follow this page. Follow this page. Turn your notifications on. Tell TikTok you want to know when I go live. There's 84,000 of you here on TikTok. When we get off, I'm hoping we at 85, okay? Because we're like 84,600 something, but it's enough of y'all. I forgot to tell our bulletin that we were live too. Some kind of way I figured out how to do that, but we'll talk about that later. What are grants? Grants are money. Grants are dollars. They're OPM. Put OPM in the chat. That stands for other people's money. It's free money that's given, gifted, and granted unto you. That should be in your notebook. Grants are free money. If you want free money or OPM, I need to see it in the chat. I see y'all. Look at them OPMs. I got that from one of my coaches. OPM, other people's money. In the form of grants, right, Nadine? Free money. Honey. Put the term, I used to do this with I have 2 coaching companies. So we play this game to name, and you got to say something nobody else has ever said on the live yet. What is a word for money that you use? And you can't use a word that other people have put. So you got dinero, you got cheese, bread, butter, dough. What y'all got? Let me see. Skrilla. I would have never thought of that. Currency. Yes, get it, grandma. She said we're gonna be proper. On. What is on? Cheddar. Bag. OPM. Cake. Coins. Change. Look at y'all. Paper. Clank. I ain't never heard clank. What else y'all got? Y'all educate me. Okay. Benjamins. I see that. Munyon. Munyon. Somebody already put the bag. Vicky, keep digging. Dough. Grip. What is that? Advances. I love it. Let's see if anybody else can think of something creative real quick. Because all of these are the terms for the other people's money that we get. Dollars. There we go, everybody. They said everything but that, right? Y'all get my lips getting ashy. Stack. Okay, Vicky. Get it, girl. Funds. There we go. That's what we're talking about on today. So grants are all of that. Free money, other people's money. It's debt-free. Buckaroos. I see you. This is money that you do not have to pay back. Greenbacks. Love it. So you don't have to pay back this money. And it's debt-free, meaning there's no interest. It's not based on your credit. Dividends. I see you, Loca. Let's clap it up for all the names for cash. Nobody said cash. I love it. So this money you don't have to pay back. It's not based on your credit. You don't need a co-signer. You don't need collateral. You don't have to give up a portion of your company. You don't have to crowdfund with mama and them asking, can they support your little business? What they be like, how your little business doing? Listen, we got Benjamin's dividends, funds, presidents. I see you. Capital. Get it, Tracy. Yeah. So this is pocket fuel. Love it. Yes, y'all, we are so close. We're over halfway to 100K. I want to see 100K likes tonight. So keep tapping the screen and celebrate all of this free money that's coming. So let's take a break. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, okay? I get really excited talking about money, grants, funding, free for Black women. So I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. Over at blackwomenandgrants.com, I have a mentorship program. So if y'all think this is a lot, I've bottled so much energy up and put it in our mentorship program. And I have a scholarship for one of y'all tonight to come join me for the next 6 months for only $197. That's like $2 a day if you do the math. And I help you find, apply for, and win grants. So I'm going to talk about some of our grant winners. Some of them are here. If you're here and you're in our mentorship, just throw a $sign in the chat. If you're one of our grant winners, you better say something. But they pop in and out on our lives. And so I'm going to be sharing a little bit about them. Thank y'all for liking the live, sharing the live, and engaging in this live, because TikTok literally takes score on these things, from the topics that I get to show up and share with you guys to who is tapping, who is sharing, who is liking, who is following the page, all of that good stuff. So as you come in, you're telling me about your business. What do you do in that business that you could use that all these words we just put for grants, aka money, aka other people's money, free money? As I mentioned, let's do a pop quiz, see who is listening. Is there interest on grants that you got to pay? Put it in the chat. Let me know real quick. Let me see who's taking notes, because I told y'all you got to have your journal. Do you have to pay interest on grants? No. Good job, ladies. Cheering y'all up. Do you have to pay grants back? Like once they give you the money, can they say, okay, now you got to pay us back? What y'all got? Put it in the chat. No. Let me see. It's always one. I'm looking for the one. What a one. Okay. Y'all all got it right. You is small or Maud, as my little nephew used to say. You can pronounce S's. Hey, Coco Bean, welcome in, girl. So, Coco, you are on time. I need you to choose a number between 1 and 35. You get to choose our topic tonight because you're one of our subscribers. So I decided to let our subscribers choose our topic. I was waiting for y'all to come in. So if you see a little cash symbol by someone's name, they're part of the subscription. Coco says 5. So I'm sitting here writing a book on all of these topics. And I'll be done tonight after this live. I got one more section and we're done. I've been spending all of August writing about 35 new topics for winning grants at the next highest level. So, speaking of free money, how much in grants do you need? Put your numbers in the chat. So, I need your numbers, I need dollar signs, I need commas, I need your decimals. How much in grants do you want? Do you want to win? Do you need? Can you see yourself winning? I need a dollar sign, Nadine. I can't put unlimited on a check. So if it was a big blank check and you could have whatever you like, Garby is going to put 15K, Hundy 50K, Coco 20K, the lady 20K, Connie 100K, Keisha 100, Sandra 10, Tracy just need $50. Grandma needs 50 to 10. Grandma, choose a number to write on that check, babes, because we can't put a range. They need to know how much you're going to cash that for. Candy needs 7,700,777. Now, you ain't think I could read that. I could read. Candace, that's good. I love it. Queen Sugar says 10K. And that says 500,000. Wow. Michelle says 100,000. Titi, I lost it. Titi, it went away. Hold on, girl. Let me see what you put. 50,000. Thick one, 50. Alicia, 25. Jelly, 20. Nadine says 50 million. Nadine, get ready to apply now. Y'all putting it out there. You calling this forth. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I can teach you how to find it, but you got to work it. Lenora says 250K. Vicky says 150,000. Loca says 25. I feel like the font getting smaller and smaller. Grandma, wait a minute. Noonie says 50,000. Grandma says 100,000. Oh, Tracy put 50K. Girl, I was like, wait a minute, I was going to tell you to inbox me, girl. I got you. Miss B says 59,000. Thank you, Love Chardonnay for following the page. Noir Rose says 850K. Indigo Moon says 25, and Ara says 250. I love it. Okay, let's talk about it. So we talked about grants, that they're free money. You don't have to pay it back. Is it based on your credit? Did I ask y'all that? Are they doing credit checks for grants? Y'all let me know if you've been listening. What you got? No? Okay. Y'all was paying attention. Y'all was listening a little bit. I know y'all be cooking and yelling at them kids and at work, sneaking and stuff. I know it, but y'all better say something. Okay. Let me see. Based on your credit, don't have to pay it back. Do you have to give up a portion of your company? Like, are they going to be like Shark Tank, where they're like, for 20% of your company? Tell me that. What y'all think? I shared. I'm trying to see who listening. No. Okay. Can for-profit small businesses win grants? What y'all got? Nadine says yes. Thank you, Nadine. Hey, Claudette. Yes, I love it. Yes, Coco Bean. So, for-profit small businesses can win grants. So someone put that they wanted over 100,000. Raven Duvernay, she's a Black woman farmer in Baltimore. She has, just like you guys, been on this live telling me, I've been applying for grants. Anybody here been applying for grants? Put me in the chat. Let me know. Have you ever applied for a grant? And then if you've applied and you got rejected, we call that tried, applied, and been denied. Anybody? Oh, it's a lot of y'all. Okay. Well, what happened? Like, look, kids, what happened? That's what Raven was going through. She said, Dr. Austin, I applied and I've been rejected and I can't figure out what I'm doing. And I gave her one tip that I share with you guys in the mentorship about how to tell her story better. I have a 3-part class that's over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's buried in our mentorship as one of the vital parts of the course you need to take, because it's from a $50,000 grant angle, where I sat and read 14 pages of legal documents from a grant that's out right now that's for $50,000 for Black women. And they literally tell you what they want to see in the stories that you share. So I shared with her the tips from the mentorship. She went out and won $100,710, her first check. Can anybody use the extra 100K? Put 100K in the chat. Speaking of K's, 100K, we're at 73.3 likes. Congratulations to Raven DuVernay. She's here on TikTok. She pops in from time to time. I see a lot of y'all can use them extra 6 figures. She said, heck yeah. I love it. Right? Ain't that good? So to go from applying, trying, and getting denying, she won. For those of you who are like Raven, put Raven in the chat. You're like, okay, I need at least 6 figures to do what I really want to do with my business. That's how much in grants you want to win. Put Raven in the chat. I'm trying to see something. Ain't that a whole, girl, that's a whole generational blessing. That's a legacy, honey. So she's a Black woman farmer, and it allowed her to save her homestead, her farm. And she gets to leave that legacy. She gets to grow her fruit and her vegetables and raise them. She bought chicken feed and tractors, and yeah, you're a Raven. Okay. Then there is, let's see, we're going to go from the ones that pop out to me. There is Peaches. She's in Michigan. And a grant came to her city. And her city, she is a restaurant owner. She's a barbecue place. Okay. Put Peaches in the chat if you're a restaurant owner. You're in any type of the food industry, from food trucks, brick and mortar, work out your home, selling plates. You got a coffee cart, cater. Put Peaches in the chat. Peaches called her local city to say, hey, I'm one of the few businesses still standing after COVID that made it. I need a grant. They wrote her a check for $9,500, $9,500. She bought her a new fridge, new freezer combo. She said she got her some ribs and some briskets. Any Peaches in the house, you need at least $10,000. Put that in the chat. Put Peaches in the chat. It's only 2 of y'all out of 73. But some of y'all done said you got mobile food trucks, you catering, you're cooking out your house. In the same food industry, there's also Brittany. Let me tell y'all Brittany's story. Now, all of these ladies are in our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. So if you want to know what I taught them to help them win their first grant, head over there and claim the scholarship that'll let you come join us in our mentorship program for 6 months for only $197. That's one-time payment, and it gives you 6-month access. And the first person that joins us in the mentorship tonight gets a bonus call with me. Okay. So get ready, because I got you. There's Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm if you need it. Again, the website is blackwomeningrants.com. Let me see if TikTok, www.blackwomeningrants.com is the site. Brittany is in Virginia. Brittany, what had happened was, hold on, let me see if it'll let me pin it. I don't even see my comment. Okay. So Brittany is a new co-workspace commercial kitchen owner. So she came to the live just like you're in right now. And she said, Dr. Austin, I'm unemployed. I'm broke. I ain't even got the money to invest in your mentorship. But she went and found it. She joined us. Now, a lot of people ask, how long does it take to win a grant? And I tell the ladies in my mentorship program, give yourself 90 days as you're learning what I teach you. Okay? Go put it into practice and you're going to win something. So that's what Brittany did. 90 days to the day in the mentorship. She went and pitched her business in a small business pitch competition for 5 minutes. Put it in the chat. Guess how much y'all think she won. Let me see. Let's guess. Any guesses? How much you think Brittany won up in Virginia for her co-work space? Let me see who'll be the first one. Garvey says 20K. You warm. You warm. 15. Anna, you've been here before. She won $15,000 in 5 minutes using what I teach you in the mentorship. Unemployed, first time pitching her business. And now she just checked in with us a couple days ago here on the live. I interviewed her again to see what she's been up to. Fresh out the gate, winning her first small business pitch competition. Put Brittany in the chat if you could see yourself standing on stage talking about your business. Sometimes you get 60 seconds. Sometimes you get 2 minutes. Sometimes you get 3 minutes. Sometimes you get 5 minutes. Sometimes you get 8. Sometimes it ain't even on live on stage like Brittany did. She said, fresh out the gate, fresh. The program wasn't even over good and she was winning that money. Her picture is on the website. So is Raven's $100,000 check. It's over at blackwomeningrants.com. So when you go join us and get your scholarship, you're going to see your sisters in grants, okay? And so, listen, there's a lady named Tay. She lives in New York. She's a swim instructor. She too attended the live probably around this time last year. I think we just had our first anniversary of her joining us here on the live. And so she's a swim instructor in New York. She teaches little black and brown kids how to swim. She calls it water safety, drowning prevention. She also trains lifeguards. We're at 79,000 likes. I think if somebody keep tapping, somebody is literally tapping for their life because it's coming in one at a time like this. I think we can hit that 100K. So y'all tap while I talk, okay? Let me know I'm talking your language. So Tay showed up on live one day. She's like, Dr. Austin, I'm thinking of pitching. I want to really talk about my business. And I said, go for it. So she found an opportunity. She got scared. Anybody else scared to get on camera and talk about yourself, do content, talk about your business? Y'all be honest with me. Tap the screen if you're scared to get on camera. Because some of y'all be like, I don't like the sound of my voice. When I lose weight, my hair ain't done. I'm only talking mess because I did my perm earlier today. I need to do my makeup. I got to get my eyebrows done. Girl, I like how my eyebrows going out thick. I still need to go get them threaded soon. But some of y'all be scared. Tay was scared, honey. Right. Look at Annette about me. Like you is telling all my business. So I said, Tay, go apply. She kept showing up to the live. Keisha's like, she kept putting it off, y'all. She literally left that money on the table. How many of y'all leaving money on the table because you scared? I'll put it in quotes. How many of you would do it for a check? If you knew, I can walk away with something. First place, second place, third place, all the money. How many of you would do it for a check? Coco says, me. Absolutely. So she felt bad because she left all this money on the table. Tracy said, I would do it for a check, right? What Kiki said, you would do it too. For a check. I think that was Kiki. For a big check, Ega. And would, says Alexandria. So that's what she did. She thought she had got away because she missed the deadline, left that money on the table. But lo and behold, as God would have it, he orders our steps. And the streets be listening and watching, right? So y'all know how the social medias can listen into the conversations because that had to be what happens. Because she's like, this has never happened. So she wasn't even on TikTok. She had talked to me on TikTok on the live. But she said she was on Facebook one day. And all of a sudden, a sponsored ad to go apply for a grant popped up. And she was like, wait, what now? Because this ain't even in my search. Like, how did they know? Round 2. So she goes, she checks it out. What they asked for? A video. So she couldn't even get away from it. She thought she missed the deadline of the other one. This second one asking for it. She said, I'm about to go for it. And that's what she did. And y'all, she sent me her video. We reviewed it during the live. I said, submit this video. It was her pitching her business on video. I said, send it. It's good. She got selected to get flown out from New York to Florida, courtesy of a bank. Our money comes from foundations, corporations, organizations, and associations. That means banks like Bank of America, Bank United, Regions Bank, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase. That means investment firms, Goldman Sachs. It keeps going and going and going. That means multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar corporations. You got Target was in it at once. Walmart is in it. Office Depot, Office Max. I'm trying to think of the people that have been on my checks and my clients' checks. Now, if you're new here, you don't know this because I haven't shared it yet today, but I've won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. So I know this game. It's called The Game. Y'all see that book back there? That's one of the books I wrote with my client stories in it. My other one is right there, the little one. That's called The Grant Game, because grants are a game. And so I teach y'all how to play. So once I taught Tay how to play, after she submitted her video, she got flown out. She was on stage for 3 minutes one time, 5 minutes the second time, and walked away with $5,000 in 5 minutes. And they flew her back home. That was in November of last year. Since then, she's won 2, 3, 4, 5 more competitions. She's now gone from being afraid of hearing her voice on camera to now winning over $35,500 as a small business pitch champ. Can we give it up for Tay? She attends our lives from time to time. Ain't that what's up, Alexandria? Fresh out the gate. Again, if you want to know how to get on stage, how to pitch your business like Tay, how to talk about your business like Raven, how to win money within 90 days like Brittany, head over to blackwomeningrants.com and come join us in our mentorship. Get the bonus call with me, because that's what Peaches did after our call. That's when she won her $9,500 for her barbecue restaurant. Now, I'm only giving the free call to the first person that joins us in the mentorship. Claim your scholarship price of the $197 for 6 months, and you get to book that call with me tonight, but you got to be the first one. Now, I wrote 4 books. This one is called Finding Funding. It talks all about what grants are, what they're not, which ones you need to be applying to based on the type of business you have and where you are in that business. This is this book behind me, bigger, and it has Tay's story, Raven's story, Peach's story, Dawn's story, mapped out in the form of case studies. I ain't told y'all about all our winners. We got 20 at least that I keep front and center. And then we have a book called The Grant Game, because grants are a game. Y'all see this? Y'all's ain't this thick. That's the author's copy with edits and stuff. All of the ebook versions are over at blackwomeningrants.com. They come in the mentorship and as a bundle if you just want to get the books and read them, because all of the steps are there. And every time someone reads one of my books more than once, they win more money. So Anna, welcome to the conversation. You are telling us what you do in the chat and you're joining the conversation. We're just listening right now. We've done our fun part. I've been on here for about an hour and a half so far. So if you want to join us, come on. Ray, you go to www.blackwomeningrants.com. www.blackwomeningrants.com. All right, there we go. So I was telling y'all about those who read my books multiple times. Deanna Joy is a perfect example. I don't know if y'all seen our TikTok story. Hold on, TikTok is making me verify I'm still here, so they don't. There we go. So we feature Deanna Joy. She's a nonprofit grant writer, and she is in the nonprofit space winning grants for other people. But she said she got the aha that, like, well, wait a minute. I want to win grants for myself, for my for-profit Black woman-owned small business. Thank y'all for 90,000 likes. I see y'all creeping up to 100K. We're going to hit it before tonight, okay? I'm going to be on here till we do. I'm going to be on here after that too, but yeah, hot. Turn my fan on me. So Deanna Joy, nonprofit grant writer. So she won a $50,000 grant from a local credit union for one of her clients. Then she turned around and won a $5,000 grant for herself. Then she turned around and won a full Mac office suite. So like the computer, or Bapruda, as my niece would say, all the things that Mac makes, she won grant funding for her clients to get it. She's now won over $86,000 so far. And she was selected as a finalist for $1 million small business pitch competition. Anybody trying to be like Deanna, put 86 in the chat. Let me make sure that 86K is sounding good to you. So we've talked about our $100,000 winner, Raven DuVernay in Virginia, or not Virginia, Baltimore. We talked about Brittany, the $15,000 winner in Virginia. We talked about Tay, She's now won over $35,000. She's in New York. Talked about Deanna Joy. I think Deanna's in Tennessee. She's won over 86,000. We have an organic skincare line owner, Ashley Rankin. She joins us on here from time to time. She might be in class. Her and Tay just won scholarships to go through some business training programs I told them about, and so they over there getting their money. But Ashley is an organic skincare line owner that makes her own skincare products. So she has a biology background. She had a skin disease or disease that when she gets stressed out, it flares up. So everything from eczema to the names I can't pronounce because I don't know them. She has organic skincare line that helps with that. This time last year, she won her first grant for $10,000 through L'Oreal. Could anybody use the extra 10K? Just put another 10 in the chat. 10 in the chat. I see several of y'all can use that 86. Let me see if any 10s in the chat. Because sometimes you don't need a whole lot of money. Some of y'all have just told me how much you want to win in the chat earlier because you've been on here hanging out with us, learning that you first got to get in the mindset of winning these grants. Okay, it's a couple of y'all that can use that 10. So let's talk about that. So we did our pop quiz on what grants are. Let me tell you what grants are not. So some of the people who are listening, just trying to get to the money, can fall off. They can go find something else to do, another TikTok scroll. Grants are not to help you pay your rent. They're not to help you pay your utilities. They're not to help you pay off debt, personal or business. They're not your financial sugar daddy. They're not your be all end all when it comes to saving your business. So if you're in desperate, dire financial strains and you need a grant so you don't have to close your business doors forever, girl, don't apply for no grant, babes, because that's not how they work. Y'all want to know how they work? Put a question mark in the chat. I'll tell you my secret, starting with number 5. By the way, this is a copy of the cover of the book I've been working on all month. I'm releasing her at the end of this month, which is next week, to my mastermind clients. I'm just so proud. That's all. I just wanted to celebrate me. I want to thank me. Okay. There we go. So let me find number 5 because Coco, who is here, she's one of our, thank you, Kansas. Aren't you cute? Coco is one of our subscribers. She picked our topic tonight. She picked number 5. Reasons you can win a grant or reasons to apply for a grant. So let's talk about it. What do y'all need a grant for? What is seeing fat queen? Sugar, what that mean? Put it in the chat. If you want a grant today, what would you use that funding for? Like if they're like, you can't let it sit in your bank account. You can't let it wait for a rainy day. You can't just have it for working capital. Tell me, if you were to win a grant today, what would you use the grant funding for? Coco Bean says inventory, but she knows the inventory needs a little bit more explanation. So tell us what your inventory gonna be, Coco. T says startup. We don't know what that means. I need to know in detail. I'm nosy. I need the details. A grant wants clarity. Independent workspace. Is that fancy for office space, Candace? Ivy says marketing. What kind of marketing, Ivy? Tracy says building for my business. Okay. Now, is it like a standalone building, a commercial space, a salon suite? I don't know. Talk to me in the chat. What will you guys be? Uh-oh. I think I ended, hold on. Something went wrong in your live broadcast fail. Please try again. Okay. So Facebook is gone. What would you use your grant for? Put that in the chat. Inventory needs to be specific. Thank you, Quay Sugar, for congratulating me on my book. And it says startup supplies and secure software. What are startup supplies? I don't know. I'm reading y'all's answers. Group home for who? Royal. Okay. Ivy says advertising, billboard, social media ads. Anna says printers, ink, software, phones. Thank you, Ansa. Coco says transportation and logistics. Purchase a truck. Tracy says for business suits. You can't win a grant for that, Trace. Not to my knowledge. You could prove me wrong though. Um, so tell me more. What else would you use for a grant? Now y'all sit here and told me that you could see yourself as a raven winning over $100,000. Y'all said you could see yourself pitching your business on stage like Tay, like Brittany, winning tens of thousands, 15,000, 5,000. Y'all said y'all can use that 86K that Deanna Joy has won. What you gonna use the money for? Y'all real quiet. Queen Sugar says furniture. What kind of furniture, girl? And where is it going again? Garby says startup home for independent living. Tell me more. So let's say it's the day of, I'm reliving in my brain. I don't know where else I'll relive it. Maybe out loud on a piece of paper. I don't know. But the day one of my recent grant checks came, I just happened to just walk out to the mailbox, check the mail. And it was this little postcard size. Where my oh, it's behind the thing. I try to keep my checks up. So it's this little black frame right there. It's in there. Postcard size check. Had the amount of the grant I won, my name, my business name. What's your next move? Act like I'm the main character, but replace me with you. I'm an NPC. And what we doing next? What y'all think I did next? Walk me through that. So you got the check. So Grant can send you the check in the mail. They can deposit it into your business bank account. They can pay you through invoice. They can send you a PayPal. It could be a gift card. But you outside of your house standing with a check in hand. What's your next move? Talk to me. Pink says she's opening a halfway house. Okay, what's step one? See, this is where it gets quiet. Everybody want the money, but y'all don't know what y'all gonna do with the money when you win it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Startup costs, registration. So Anna, it's the day of, it's a beautiful sunny day. What you doing with that check in your hand that just came in the mail? That's a grant for whatever amount you apply for and won. What's step one? Get a property. How do you go from standing in your driveway with a check in your hand to getting a property? Walk me back. Crystal. Coco Bean says deposit it. So that's what I did. I went in the house. I got my keys. I drove my little stick shift down to the credit union. This just happened, by the way. And I deposited it. Teacher says put it back in your bit. Y'all ain't clocking. I'm simply asking. Okay, maybe y'all not ready for that. I'll move on. Coco got it, though. Because you can't do none of what y'all putting without cashing that check. But it's good to know Anna's gonna register her business, license permits. So Anna, I take it. Let's build on. I forgot what you call that. Let's build on the story, piece it together. Let's grapevine it, okay? So I got the check. Coco done took us down to the bank to deposit it. Then we finna go to the courthouse. I don't know how y'all's work, but here in Georgia, you go down to the courthouse to register like Anna want to do. Get them business license and permits. So we're gonna go apply, write them a check, or swipe that card, or pay online. You know, I'm old school. I've been in business since 2005, so I remember when you had to go. You gotta go down now. Go down to the courthouse. Okay, so we at the courthouse. We're getting our registrations, licenses, and permits. Then Tracy taking us to the furniture store. So we finna go buy furniture, supplies, computers. Now I got a 2-seater. She can fit some stuff in her, but we might need to get a U-Haul for some furniture and supplies. Let's see what's next. Lizzie got us, while we shopping, I'm on the phone with somebody hiring the marketing team because she wanted for marketing. Tidra says she putting it back in her business. I don't know how to do that, Tidra. You got to walk me through it. Pink says she finna rent 3 homes. So I guess in your other ear, you on the phone with some real estate agents about these houses that you already done looked at, or either you finna go to the courthouse step in a minute and bid on some houses for people who need shelter. Okay, so yeah, she says she's gonna be speaking with them landlords about the purpose of rent. Okay. Stick shift is sending you, what y'all call it, manuals. I'm from the country, girl. I learned that was the first car I learned how to drive at 13 years old, a stick shift. Okay. Manual, straight shift, clutch. Yeah, Miss B got it too. She said, cash the check first, y'all. Miss BC says, I'm gonna order supplies. So while you waiting on them to load your U-Haul with your furniture, you on your phone ordering your supplies to make your shea butter when you get back home. because she do it from home, everybody. Anna says, I'm going to establish a business. But Anna took us back to the bank like, hold up. What we cashing the check? I like it, Anna. You right. That's coming to that business bank account. But let's assume most of us, y'all got these business accounts. You're going to have a business account to get the grant. They're going to ask you for your routing number if they deposit it. So yeah, if you didn't have it set up already, you need to head back to that bank. Make sure that check clear in your business bank account. Okay, what else we doing? Yeah, Anna said I got to track that spit. Anna, yes. Okay. Now, the reason this matters too is because it's not just about getting to the grant. It's about what are you going to spend the money on? Because you got to tell a grant on the small business applications. What are you going to do when you win their money? You got to paint them this picture that we're painting. We're in this NPC main character video game walking through a day in the life. I went to put my check in the bank and came back home and kept working because I already knew what I was going to be doing online to order supplies and order copies of my book and order new tech equipment. And hello. So it's good to have this stuff thought out because the grant will then know how you're going to spend the money. I got a question now, but before, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. What we're walking through right now is how I help my mentees win grants. You got to be able to describe in detail to a grant what you're going to use their funding for. You got to paint them the picture. But here's the key. We're about to dive into the number one secret behind us doing all of this. This isn't just for fun. I know it is fun, but it's to get you in the mindset of, okay, I need to know how I'm going to spend these people money so they can get it. Hey, Brenda J. And so it's very, very important that you're able to walk someone through a day in the life of you winning their money. Y'all got it. Put got it in the chat if you got it. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, it's making sense to you. It's clocking. Tracy, the only one got it. It's 56 of y'all on here. Okay, 3 of y'all got it. Cool. So I'm gonna talk to y'all. Your Miss B says, if you have all the legal stuff already, she heading to Lowe's to Lowe's or Home Depot, right? Okay, yes. So that's what we left off. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. I love to see it. Okay. So now let's talk about this because this comes up frequently on grant applications. If I never see you again, you can take everything we've been talking about for almost 2 hours and go win a grant. If you want my help winning the grant, where I hold your hand and walk you through the process, telling you what to put on your applications, telling you what to say on a video if you're going to pitch your business for a small business pitch competition, head over to BlackWomenInGrants.com, www.BlackWomenInGrants.com. Apply to be in our mentorship program under the scholarship. The scholarship lets you in for $197 for 6 months, okay? And I'm happy to help you. Brenda says she's running there now. If you're the first one to join us tonight, Brenda, you get a free call with me and you own it, okay? One of the last mentees that I talked with, she's like, everybody needs this call with you. So that's just a heads up, 7-Up, of what to look forward to. Okay. Let me double check, make sure I ain't giving somebody else a spot away because I need to refresh my screen. Make sure I see y'all as y'all come in. Okay. Here's what I wanted to say. On some small business grant applications, they will ask you, if we give you this grant, how are you going to help your hood? How are you going to help your local community, online or off? How are you going to give back? So let's say you won a $10,000 grant as your first win, fresh out the gate, because you see it's possible based on the stories that I've shared with you guys of Deanna Joy at $86,000, Tay at over $35,500. We talked about Brittany, $15K out the gate. Ashley has, for her skincare line, won over $42,000. Brenda, the website is BlackWomenInGrants.com, www.BlackWomenInGrants.com. You can also get there by clicking the link in the description here on our TikTok profile page. So let's talk about this secret. Because when a grant application is asking you, how would you take 5 to 10% of this 10K and give back? What would you say? Put it in the chat because this is vital to winning a grant. So for those of y'all who are like, teach us how to win a grant. How do I win a grant? Where's the grant? Any grant? You're going to teach us how to get to the funding. This is literally how you win a grant. If you're listening, taking notes, engaging, and participating, this is how you win a grant. We are 4,000 likes away from our $100,000 like goal. I think we can hit it, y'all. If y'all keep tapping, we can hit it. If we hit 100,000, I want to coach one of y'all through how to go win your next grant. Just to say thank you and give back. But I got to see that you're tapping. So y'all let me know when we get there because I don't even pay attention. But anyway, and I may bring somebody up. We'll see. TikTok be a little different these days. We'll see. But yeah, if we get to 100K, I'm going to coach one of y'all. It's 57 of y'all here, so you better fight for it. Okay. Grants will ask you, what will you do to support your community? So if you say, I'm going to take $500 and do blank. I'm going to take, that's 5% of the 10K. I'm going to take $1,000 and do blank. What would your blank be? And then I'll share some examples of our grant winners and what they've done. Let's see. Anna says, I'm not sure how to frame it. Try, Anna. Because it's gonna be, that's your make or break point on a grant application. So I can tell you where to go get grants. You can go to Google right now and look up grants for small business. You can go buy a list of grants from people who selling it all over the internet. That is not going to guarantee you win a grant just because you have the name of a grant application. You need to know what to put on the application. I'm telling you what to put on the application. I'm also telling you if you need help putting this together, I'm happy to walk with you through it hand in hand in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. Y'all make sure you're tapped. Are we at 99,000.9? Are we at 100,000? Are my eyes deceiving me? Do I see? It won't even show the whole number. TikTok's so messy. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to. Ain't nobody gonna believe this. TikTok, will you show me? Let's see. Oh, did I find the? Hold on. Oh, Lord. I'm trying not to mess nothing up. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. It shows the fan club stuff. We got 50 fans, 8 heart me's. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. It's telling on y'all. I see names and profile pictures. Let's see. Try to see if I can see tabs. Okay, so these aren't people. Okay, let me click on Vicky. Be nosy. Let me see if it'll show. Oh, Vicky, it is keeping score, honey. I can see how long you've watched over time. How many comments you done put on here? Says you put 33 comments in all. You're at level 2. Last time we seen you was 3 days ago. TikTok really be keeping score. Said you got you a heart me the other day. You joined the fan club. I'm trying to see if it'll show the. This is funny. Okay. I'm going to keep clicking. Does anybody know? Because y'all be knowing more than about give it up. The heart me thing. I don't even understand it, girl. People be talking about it. I just be, trying to play the game right. Does anybody know how to see the number of taps? I want to award the person with the most taps. Are we at 103,000? I want to thank God. First, giving honor to God. I want to thank me for encouraging y'all to tap. I want to thank all of y'all that have tapped. Okay, let's wrap this up, and then I'm going to bring one of y'all up. As a matter of fact, here's what I think I'm going to do. The first one that joins us in the mentorship, I'm bringing you up and doing your call tonight. That's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So head over to blackwomeningrants.com, claim your spot. If nobody claims it, we ain't going to do no coaching. That's fair. Someone who has financially invested. I also, let me think of what I can do Give me some tips on if you know you've been tapping to your heart's content, tell me what you want your prize to be tonight. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do it, but I'm open to it. Amen. I forgot what we was talking about. That 100K threw me off. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. You hear me? Okay. Let's read through some of these. Okay. So the whole give back thing, 5%, 10% of your winnings. Right. Tracy said win a grant. Well, there we go. What we could do. Okay, Tracy, keep talking. Let me see. Some might pop up. Let's get creative with it. We got about, oh no, I ain't really set no limit for the day. So the first person over at blackwomeningrants.com to claim your scholarship seat in what we call our grant. Let me walk with y'all over there. And then we're going to get to your social impact, which is what we were talking about. And I know we are off of Facebook, so I can use my little tablet. A Grant bought this. I gave us a mustache, but this is called a Amazon Fire HD. A Grant bought this for us. And so I use it to walk y'all through our mentorship. Let me see how to get back there. So the website to have me as your mentor to come join us today, and you got to join before I'm off of the live. So you got to join during the live to get the bonus call with me. But this is what it looks like. It'll be backwards to y'all, but when you get there, it'll be front facing. This is Tay. Remember the swim instructor in New York I told y'all about? That's her. She flew here to Atlanta to do a photo shoot with me recently. Her and Ashley, you'll meet her in a minute. That's Tay, who pitches her business in small business pitch competitions and now has won over $35,000. This lady in the picture here, her name is Ashley with the locks. She's the skincare line owner, the organic skincare line that's won over $42,000. She won $10,000 from L'Oreal last year to help build her beauty brand. They're all on the homepage over at blackwomeningrants.com. And then these are the options that me and you can work together. For $197, you can join us in our mentorship program. Let me read what's in there. I can't read backwards. So it's called the Grant Game. And this option is perfect for you if you like to move at your own pace. This is for those of you who already know how to hold yourself accountable. And so the Grant Game Mentorship Program, that's our one-time payment that gives you 6 months access to our self-paced, self-study small business grant coaching course. And it allows you to learn at your leisure, hands-free, on the go. You can download all 4 of the books that I showed you. Hold on, let me show you again. Book number 1, book number 2. It's actually 3 books over there, my bad. And book number 3. These are heavy. So all of these books are ebooks that are in the mentorship program. There are bonus interview calls where I have sat and interviewed all of our recent grant winners like Tay, like Ashley, like Deanna Joy, like Raven, like Peaches, like Brittany. Everybody we talked about that y'all said, you know, I could use the money that they won. I interviewed them to see what they did to win. Thank y'all for the 108,000 likes. I hope we can pass this goal in the future. So their interviews are there. In addition to the books, there's also a app that'll read our books to you as well. There are a series of videos where I'm walking you through what grants are, what they're not, how to find them, which ones to apply to, how to get them to come to you. And by the way, there are no grants that are coming to you in your social media inbox. So if you are receiving messages here on TikTok, on Facebook, on any social media, even via email, these are not legit grants. They're scammers, and they will take your money. So even if they're telling you they're with the SBA or the Small Business Administration, or that they're me, they know me, they got my social, they sending you my fingerprint, child, it ain't me. Me and my fingerprints are somewhere scrolling TikTok or sleep or eating, maybe walking or cruising the city streets. That's it. It ain't me, baby. So no one can guarantee you a grant. So be careful, because a lot of people have been led astray by that, unfortunately. However, in the mentorship, I teach you what to look out for to make sure that you're not falling for the scams. Okay. So that's something that we dive into. It's so many other fun bonuses. Like if you're new in business, how many of y'all are still in like the startup phase where your idea is still up here? Put startup in the chat. Like it's still in your brain. It might be on a piece of paper. You might have your notebooks. I got so many of these notebooks. Look at all these ideas. Is that you? Put startup in the chat. You haven't really launched yet. Tracy says startup. Oh, it's a lot of y'all. Yeah. Okay, startups, I see you. So nothing is out there. You haven't really made money yet. Um, yeah, it ain't out there yet. But you could use some help getting it out there. In addition to um getting grant money to do it. Put startup in the chat. And it could be in like a stream of emails on Yoba Prudo, as my little niece used to call computers. It could be on a thread of either emails, or I used to email myself back and forth so much. It could be on like a notes app in your phone, but your idea is basically still in your head. You're ready to get it out of your head onto paper, into action, like really start launching this product soon. Put startup. What about those of you who have started? You got a business, it's been established at least a day. um, some grants say at least 30 days. Put started in the chat. You've already started. You got a product, you got a service, it is for sale, it's out there. People have paid you. Maybe even you have video testimonials, written testimonials, text messages, screenshots of conversations, people saying thank you for this product or service. I don't know what I would have done without you if you had not started this business. Put started in the chat. You got your taxes, your profit and loss statements, your business bank accounts, your EIN, your employer identification number. You maybe even got your articles of incorporation, your LLC, your limited liability corporation papers, your limited partnership corporate. That's you. Put started in the chat. The reason I ask is because these are the top two phases of businesses. Startup, either you've started and haven't sold anything or launched anything or made any money, or you started where you have made money, even if it's a little bit, even if it's not as much as you would like. Those are two different types of grants you need to be applying for. As I mentioned, you can go to Google, type in startup grants. Go to Google, type in grants for businesses that have started. See what pops up if you got more time than money. If you have the chance to sit still, learn from a pro who's won millions and helping Black women win as well. Matter of fact, the ladies that I've told y'all about who have won grants, Tay, Deanna Joy, Ashley, Raven, Peaches, those are the top 5 I've talked about so far. They've won almost $500,000 collectively. So we'll be at $500,000 before the end of the year. I'm looking for 2 more people. There's Tay. Girl, I should have just sent you a WhatsApp. This is Tay, everybody. Everybody say, hey, Tay. That's the swim instructor in New York. She just joined us here on the live. She put hey in the chat. Everybody say, hey, Tay. Because Tay, they want to be like you. This is the pitch competition champion. They got flown from New York to Florida. Pitched for 5 minutes, won $5,000. Did another pitch for 60 seconds, won $1,000 in a new printer for her Bapruda. She won a $5,000 technology grant from Lenovo, the people who make Baprudas. She's in a program right now where she's getting paid $5,000 after she goes through the program. Trying to keep up. Tay, you know it's many. She just won another local grant for $5,000. Tay has won over $35,500. Okay, me, her, and her husband Josh keep up with them numbers. He do the percentages. He like, that's a tell Josh we need our new percentage. Tay, by the way, what's that? $35,000 increase, right? So that is Tay. I told you guys. Oh yeah, and then the 3,500 she just pitched and won. You got to update me on that, Tay. I don't want to, But anyway, that's Tay, everybody. Oh wait, that's Tay, everybody. You hear it, Tay? We got sound effects now on TikTok. Okay, so what was we talking about? Y'all remind me. Tamika M. Abrams, congratulations on claiming your scholarship spot over at blackwomeningrants.com, my dear. There should have been a second page that popped up for you, Tamika. And dang, it's bright now. Let me turn this down. And what it does is give you access to the mentorship program. Let me know you got that, and I'll let you know what your next steps are to get your access to the welcome packet. And if anyone else wants to go grab a scholarship spot while I'm live, it's best to do it while I'm live. I got you, girl. So Tay has been in our mentorship for about a year now. We talked about our anniversary we just had. Let me go ahead and email you too, Tamika. Hold on. Let me find your email because I want to make sure you get this. And then I'm going to bring you up if you want to get on the live with us. Wait a minute. Did I just give you a spot? Tamika? Hold on. Okay, no. I don't know what that is. I think I missed something. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking. Trying to make sure I get your right email. Get you this email just in case it didn't pop up for you. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring you up. If you would like to come up, Tamika, you can simply click. I think it's like the two little people logo at the bottom. That's what I see. Or click request to join. I don't know, but click it, or I can try to find it for you. Give me 1 second. I'm doing two things at one time. What else was we saying? I feel like I'm in the middle of three different conversations. So y'all help me. Somebody remind me of what we was talking about. This is why y'all need y'all journals too to help keep me on track on our topic. Hold on. You can also ask a question if you got it, especially about joining us in the mentorship, getting your scholarship. And I may throw in another bonus call for the next person that joins us, but you got to do it while I'm live and you got to be quick. When did I do this? In my sleep? It's like 2 days ago. Something ain't right. Okay, I'm going to have a conversation with myself after this live because I'm confusion right now. Okay, let me send Tamika her email. Hold on, it takes a few seconds. I gotta concentrate while I'm doing it. And then we're gonna bring her up on the live if she would like to. And we're gonna coach her through what she needs a grant for and how to go out and find that grant. If you would like to, Tamika. If not, you can let me know if you wanna, because some people don't want to get on here with strangers and tell their business. People do be stealing stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. Protect your baby. Um, but we can talk through it, or you can keep your call private and we can just do our one-on-one Zoom chat. It's up to you. Okay. The ball is in your court, Tamika. But you gotta let me know. Hey YouTube. I see you there. Say hey in the chat. Um, okay. Anna says, do I need a complete business plan in order to start applying for grants? Not necessarily. They will ask you for portions of your plan, like what's your marketing plan, what's your sales plan, what's your target market, how are you funding your business in addition to grants? So you got to be ready to answer those questions. Not necessarily have like a 30-page business plan. Tamika, I just emailed you. Let me know you got it if you're still here. I don't even know if she's still here, but I'm going to check in a minute. I'm just trying to make sure everything is good on my end. You can ask the flowers. That's what's in my brain. Okay, let me get back to TikTok. Okay, users. Okay, you say you're Tamika. Okay, I see. Let me turn my screen back up. I'm gonna be over here DJing and such. Okay, I see. Everybody told Tay hi. Said you was riding your bike, so you missed the beginning. Yo, Tay just did a triathlon too. Let's give it up for Tay. Hold on. She said she was tired, but she did it. We're so proud of you, Tay Nick Santanders. Okay. Hold on. Them calls are so helpful, says Tay. I see that. TikTok be remixing our comments. So Anna, are you one of our VIPers? I see you, girl. That's that elite. You just joined, didn't it, Anna? Because I ain't been seeing this whole live. Welcome, Anna. She just joined one of the subscription programs here on TikTok. TikTok gets most of that money, child. I just want you to know that. But that's not the same as joining the mentorship, okay? But what I can do for you, let me double check. I think that's what that means. Is okay, I was about to offer you the chance to come up here, but you gotta go. You booked and busy. I understand. So hey. All right, let's look for Tamika. Hold on. Nope. Hold on, because TikTok combines two buttons, so I have to play around with it before it'll let me. Okay, user is Tamika. Tamika, as long as you're in a quiet background, I got to be able to hear you, okay? All right, here we go. About to bring you up. And you don't have to get on camera if you don't want to. Hello, my dear. Can you hear me?
Hello. I can hear you.
Welcome to the Grant Game Mentorship. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am phenomenal. I want to know all your business. So, what do you do?
Well, I actually work with the court system. I'm a full-time employee, 8 to 5, something I no longer want to do.
Right.
I'm married. I have 4 kids,
Oh,
1 grandson. He's 3 years old. You probably can hear him right now.
yeah.
And I just got on here, just scrolling, and I saw you. And I said, let me get on because I passed you before. And I was like, nah, let me link in today, see what's going on. I said, because she's talking some good things. I said, so let me see. So I tapped that heart. I was like, let me get this thing because we got to get to 100,000 today. And I was just joining in just to get you to 100,000. And then when you offered the grant scholarship, I was like, you know what? I've been talking about wanting to learn how to write grants and, to possibly open my business, because I'm still struggling on exactly what I want to do. I said, so let me just, like she said, let me invest in myself and get this opportunity and buy this grant and get this information.
I love it. Well, congratulations on winning the scholarship prize and getting the call. So tell me about the business that you want to start as far as the one that you want to win grants for.
I'm still in the air about that. My mind is always everywhere.
Okay.
But I've always wanted to do something where I'm helping someone. I have an autistic son, so I've wanted to open something where I can provide them, or I'm not gonna say them, autistic adults, because he's an adult now, or teens, somewhere where they can, just feel normal, just something in that aspect. And if not that, something where I can just get back to me, period. So again, if you can see, I'm all over the place. I really don't know, but I know it's something I need to be doing that's going to give back.
Okay.
Not necessarily make me a lot of money, but, make something to give back.
So what would that look like, providing that safe space for? Is it just like autistic children? Would it be for adults too? Like, tell me more about that.
It will be for all. I'm not excluding, because I know I live in Alabama. So they're limited with what they provide here for special needs.
Okay.
And I feel like having something like that to offer to all would give them something more to look forward to, or an opportunity to get resources to develop their skills, to learn more, to just become, I'm not going to say normal, because we're not all normal, but to feel like they have some normalcy in their life, just giving them an opportunity to do different things. And I want to offer them something like that.
So give me examples of some of the resources that you want to offer.
Learning skills.
Like what?
Jobs, or
for jobs. Okay.
Homes, finding homes, we have, they have these homes where they live with other people. Maybe I can open a home to assist, a living assistance for them.
Okay.
Where I can also provide teaching them normal skills, and not just babysitting them, but teaching them skills to just manage in life. Okay. And again, I know I'm all over the place, but that's just how my mind is. I'm just adding.
And it's cool to think through, because you would have when you're applying for grants, you need an idea that's fleshed out, but that's all you need is the idea, plus being able to paint the story. So what I've been able to piece together just in 2 minutes talking to you is that you have an autistic son, and you want to provide a safe space for those who are autistic. You want to help them with learning and living. Is that right?
Right.
And so if you were to win a grant using what I teach you in the mentorship program, like let's say you won $10,000 just to get you started, what are some things that you could apply that grant money to?
I'm not sure. I'm just really not sure.
Let's dig deeper.
And I apologize.
No, I'm trying to think with you, because the last time someone told me that they wanted to be like a resource bank instead of like trying to do this big project right away, she ended up wanting to do like, okay, let me collect the resources that are already available to the people that I want to serve. And so she wanted to be the, what do you call it? Like the home base, where they'll reach out to her. And then she says, go call this place or call that place and ask for this person. But she's like that I don't know what I'm trying to think, but like she's the center of it all.
I know she is the person who they come to provide the extra. And then you're right. That's what I'm trying to do, because with my job as well, that's something I kind of do right now with the course system. So that would transfer over to, you know, the special needs. So yeah, that's what it would be. Me being the home base that you say to those who need those resources, to get to them quickly and fast, you know, without having to stress about trying to figure out where to go, what to do. Yeah.
And like Royal is saying, that's good, Royal. Thank you. She says she works at a school that offers life skills and vocational skills for the disabled. So that made me think of like counselors who would know who these kids are if they're school aged, or you know, if they're already group home or daycare centers in your area, they know who their clients are. Their patients are already there. And she says like a coordinator of resources. I like that title. So what are your thoughts on that? That's cute. I like that, Royal.
Royal, like a black butterfly. Yeah, that's a coordinator of resources. That's awesome.
So what are your thoughts on that?
That's a good title. That's exactly what I guess what I'm looking for.
And it's okay to start, quote unquote, small. It may not be going out to try to get a big building first. It may just be, let me collect some resources, because then you'll be surprised who you meet along the way who could help you get there. Like Tay's here. She's our swim instructor in New York. She wants to eventually own her own pool. And that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. But for now, she's winning $5,000, $3,500. I'm forgetting all the titles. She's at $35,500 so far. So she's building towards that bigger grant goal. So let's talk about what grants could help you bring together on your journey to providing these resources as a coordinator of resources. So that's when you would get into, okay, how do you market something like that? So I gave you the ideas of talking to counselors at schools, or going to group homes or daycare centers, talking to them, or maybe meeting with some of the families, telling them about some of the resources that you've put together. So that's marketing. So a grant would do stuff like provide you with gas cards. Maybe they would help you with some material or collateral that you would leave behind, pamphlets, books. Maybe they'll pay for you to host a workshop at some of these centers where you can either bring in the people that's on your list of resources to provide those services there in the facilities of these group homes, these after-school programs, counselors' offices, churches. It can use to feed the people. We got a grant with Google coming up. That's what they're going to do. They're going to pay for our space. We're going to feed the people. People are leaving with copies of my book. You see how grants could come into play anyway. You might need it to pay for the software that houses the resources. And it's not just a Google Excel spreadsheet, but a sophisticated tech system. And now you need an IT person. It could be an app. You see what I'm saying? So now your job should be to flesh that out. What will that look like? How would you play with the grant? And you could even play around with ChatGPT. I'm giving away the secret here. It's less of us, so we can talk business. Everybody else gone because it ain't about them. So y'all getting the good stuff. So if you were to plug in your new title that Royal blessed you with, I want to be a coordinator of resources. Tell it about your autistic son and your experience and your story. Ask it for ideas of how to market it. Ask it for ideas of what would a grant be able to do for a business like mine? Like, why would you be applying for grant? It can tell you all of that now that you have an idea of how you would want to start fleshing out this business. What are your questions?
Well, first one, I need to tell Royal Black Butterfly I'm going to owe her something once I get it. I promise you, you're gonna get what you need. You're gonna get your prize, your butterfly, because that's the perfect title. I like that. My question. Ooh, I guess I'm on the spot, so please forgive me. When I'm put on the spot, and again, I'm just scrolling, had no idea. Wasn't really expecting to be on here talking at all. So let's see. So how long have you been doing this? I guess that's a good question. How long have you been doing this? Again, I just got on here with you.
I won my very first round of funding, is what I call it, at 9 years old. And so I tell my story because I was featured on CNN television. And from 9 to now, I've won over $1 million in grants.
Wow.
And so during the global shutdown, someone sent me a list of business grants. And I started winning them for my business in 2005. And so I've been able to now help. It's 600 plus of y'all in the mentorship now that I've been able to share this knowledge with in all of the books that I've written, in the courses that I've created. And then you get to hear from your fellow Black women and grant sisters, their experience.
Okay.
Excuse me. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. So when you started, you said 9. So when you started, what was your idea? Like, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to give back to the community? Were you just trying to make extra income? Were you trying to, like, where was your level of thinking and why you wanted to open a business?
So here's what you're gonna find. So hold on, this is a good idea. Wait a minute, let me find you got all of these, but I start talking about it in this book. I'm gonna read it to you because I don't want to leave nothing out.
Okay.
I gotta read through my chicken scratch too, because I go in and make updates. I remember where it's at. Keep asking me questions. I got you.
Okay. Let's see. When you do get a grant, are they very specific in what the requirements are for the grant? Like what you're supposed to use the grant money for?
Yeah, so that's why this call is helpful, because you're thinking through what you're going to use it for. It depends on the type of grant that you win. But for the most part, they're called undiluted. Undiluted is like they don't want to own a portion of your company. And then they're also called non-restrictive. And so they're not restricted to what you do with the money. And so you're free to use it as you told them you would. They won't come back and get the money, but they may want to check in with you to see what you've been up to since you won.
So they would do what they call an audit.
Not necessarily. More like I tell our mentees to check in with the grant so you can control the narrative. So say, you win a grant, like Tay's familiar with this. You're going to send them a thank you note. You're going to say, here's what I've been up to since winning. Like I just emailed the first grant I won. I won $1,000 in, they call it like COVID relief funds. And so it was a husband and wife team, and they had $20,000 to give away. They were looking for 20 businesses to give $1,000 to, and I was number 17.
Okay.
And so I just reached out to them and I said, hey, since you gave me that money, here's what I've been able to do. And I told them about our mentorship program. I told them about how much we've been able to win. And I told them how I use my winnings to give in the form of scholarships, like one that you won today.
Thank you.
Kimberly says, does it cost to apply for it? For what, Kimberly? Let me know. Please let her know. I can tell her how. Okay. Let me read this real quick.
Okay.
You're going to see it twice in the program, but this is when people ask about my journey. So I'm going to just read it like I wrote it. So now I'm going to briefly share a little bit of my journey with you about how and why I started helping Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win small business grants and grant-funded opportunities for their small business. So I am the first and only daughter born to a single teenage mom. I grew up in low-income housing and on government assistance. When I was 9 years old in elementary school, I won $89 for reading the most books in my neighborhood during a summer reading program. I was featured in my neighborhood newspaper and on CNN television, and you're going to be able to see my little, these are newspaper clippings my mom kept. These are my classmates. That's me at 9, and that's the little CNN guy right there with the camera. Then I got to meet the school superintendent, and it tells everybody here that's my mom, looking like an old Oprah Winfrey back in the 80s. And so that's where it started. My mom kept me busy. I have one of those brains you got to keep busy, so she made me read. And then that's when you could get a pizza. Y'all remember that bucket with Pizza Hut? I was feeding the family at 9. We finna go to Pizza Hut because I won this program. And so featured in the newspaper on CNN. And I like to refer to that as my first round of funding. So I was invited to read for the head of the Department of Education. I was featured in a photograph with our first Black superintendent, our rent lady, which was a big deal in all Black low income neighborhood, our neighborhood philanthropist, the Candy Lady. She also collected money for flowers for funerals of people who died in the hood. And my mom, one of the first entrepreneurs that I knew. And so I went on since then to win over $1 million in scholarships, grants, contests, competitions, subsidies, sponsorships, giveaways, bursaries, and other grant funded opportunities. And so one thing that remains consistent is applying for this funding, because once I learned that grants and grant funded opportunities were a revenue stream, I kept applying and I kept winning. One of the cars I drive today, parked right out here behind this wall, is my driveway. Bought it with refund check from school from a grant that I won. They gave me $30,000 to go to school. One of my college degrees, $100,000 in grants to go to school. $500,000 in medical expenses forgiven. $250,000 home loan debt forgiven. Free housing for 10 years. You name it, I won it. And so that's on the personal side. And so I recently, and I say recently, which was 2020, got involved with the business grants because somebody shared a list of grants with me. So that's the beginning of my journey. I'm gonna give you that little teaser, and then you can go read the books that got the rest of it that walks you through the grants that I've won and the grants that our mentees have won, so that you can see what they did, see what they said, and then apply this information like they did, so that you winning, like you're winning grant after grant after grant. That's what Tay is a pro at. Just winning, going out and finding this money. I teach you how to get it to come to you. Like I said, it's not coming to you in your inbox on social media. Those are scammers. But you're actually finding legit grant opportunities, and you're going to apply for the ones that you qualify for. So in your case, you're in the startup space. And so you'll be applying for startup grants. Y'all, thank you for the 118,000 likes. I can't believe I'm saying that. That's like money in my pocket. Like, I love it. So yeah, you'll be looking for startup grants. You're also gonna see this bonus list that I give y'all in the mentorship. That's why I wanted to make sure you got your email, because it has your link to our learning portal. And in the portal, on page 2 of your welcome packet, it has a list of different programs you can go apply to that'll help you start to flesh out this idea for your startup. And so some of them also have funding attached to them, where you'll get grants and little prizes, cash prizes in the programs, etc. But I give you my top 5 favorite that I went through with my businesses as well.
Okay.
So I've been talking a lot. Tell me your thoughts or any questions you got.
Well, I like your story. you give me. I love the story. Put that back, baby. You're giving me hope. I've been in a mindset these days of unknown, and because I've been wanting to do this business, I think now for since COVID, I think. I'm thankful that I came across you, because sometimes God do things, put people in places, and put you in a place to do. He'll show you things, and you just have to grasp it when he show you.
Yes.
So that's why I went ahead and jumped on that.
Yes.
Because I was like, know what, you invest in everything else. Why don't you invest in your life? And you've been trying to do this. So I did just that.
I love it. I'm so excited to have you in the mentorship, and you get to email me if you have questions. And let me know, if you found some grants you're interested in. I send you, this is what I forgot. Every month at the top of the month, let me see, today is, excuse me, we got a new list of grants. Comes out every month at the top of the month. And so you'll have access to that. And it has over $1.2 million in funding. Hold on. My voice leaving.
Take your time.
I've been talking too much today. But every month it's over $1 million on that grant list. So you'll get September's. You get all the links are already there. It's like renewed every month. But you'll get first dibs on the September list that's coming out, and they'll have grants that you can read through, see if your business qualifies. Again, you're looking for startup grants.
Yes, ma'am.
read what we call their rules, restrictions, and regulations, which is going to tell you how to qualify, how to be eligible. And then make sure you're applying for grants that you know are in alignment with the idea that you have for this business.
Okay.
You got any other questions for me? Let me know. I'm all ears.
I do not at this time. Once I get off, I'll probably start thinking more, and then I'll start jotting down, and I will probably have more for you later. And I don't mind getting on and sharing with the group if needed. But I just wanted to jump on my first time ever jumping on TikTok, period, live or anything. So
I love it.
Take the wheel. So, I appreciate you.
Now imagine how I feel.
You.
Y'all been sitting here staring at me for 2 hours, so but put yourself in this seat where you got to teach till your voice leaving. You know.
Okay.
So you got it easy.
Well, you're listening, so Lord. So thank you. But I don't have any more questions right now, and I just thank you for the opportunity and the resource that you give it.
You are welcome, and again, feel free to email me if you have questions as you get started through the program. One thing I wanted to say is it's 24 hours of content there, so you know, if you can listen to some of the training while the baby's asleep, or you know, as you get a little free time, that's how you fit it in. But you got access to it over the next 6 months. Okay.
Okay, I thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
No problem.
Bye.
Thank you so much again. All right, have a good night.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. Anna, you ready? You still here, miss? I have to go. Let me know now. You hear my voice trying to leave. You better hear it. Since you grabbed your VIP spot. Do y'all have any questions about what we just shared? Y'all see how you have to go from if your business is just a thought, let's get it into that startup phase. So we'll know what type of funding that you should be applying for, and then getting help finding those types of grants, because every business doesn't qualify for every grant. But when the more you flesh out your idea and then you share the story, that's called your founder story. So the story that I shared from my book, how I got started, Tamika's story from here's what I want to do because here's what I'm dealing with in my life with my son. Those are your founder story, and grants do ask. So everything I just shared with y'all, I put on my grant applications. Everything Tamika just shared, she can put on her application to get her a head start with winning her first grant, okay? You said, thank you again, and let's get this money. It is there, honey. Okay, Anna says she's getting slammed at work, so she can't join us. I understand. So Anna, we'll give you a rain check when you can join us on a future live. Just make sure you remind me that I owe you a chat on the live, okay? I'll see that tag by your name that shows you're in our VIP subscription level here on TikTok, and I'm happy to bring you up and chat with you. Does anyone else have any questions? We're about to wrap up. I'm also going to walk you again through the website over at blackwomeningrants.com. And then you can let me know if you are ready to come join us in our mentorship, just like Tamika did tonight. Like she said, you know, you can spend money on other stuff, might as well invest it in your vision that God has given you and get help winning this money. Supermom says, is it common to pay application fee to apply for a grant? It is common, believe it or not. Many people don't want to do it, but it's common. Just be careful. What I mean is make sure they are expressing where the application fee goes. So they'll say, we're going to pool it together, and that's the grant. So if you got 100 people paying $15 application fee, that's 15 times 100. What's that, 1,500? And they might be offering a $1,500 grant. They may use it to pay their team to help review the grant applications. I'm going to go in a minute, y'all. Like I'm choking. What else? One grant that has an application fee, they also send you other resources. So they're like, here are other grants you're going to be applying to. Thank you for your application fee. While you're waiting on us to hear back if you won, go apply for these other grants. Or they'll share resources like a YouTube channel, a podcast, a resource booklet that they put together for you. So application fees like that, I say it's for a good cause, and I use my discernment. So that's what I tell y'all to do as well. So it's up to you. You know, do you want to pay it? You don't have to. You can always go find a grant that's free to apply to. Okay. So I want to keep that in mind. Trying to see what other comments or questions I may have missed. I appreciate y'all. We've been hanging out today. I don't know how long. How long have I been on here? No, 6:30. Okay, almost 2 hours. Okay. Okay. I think I'm caught up. Anybody else got any questions? Royal, thank you for engaging us on our call, giving a new title. And Supermom, I saw you ask, you said if I just purchased the ebook, will that help me with finding and walking through grants? The answer is yes. Because the ebook bundle that's on our blackwomeningrants.com website, hold on, let me pull it up again here. So when you go to blackwomeningrants.com and you scroll past Tanika Sands Hendricks' beautiful picture, and you scroll past Ashley Rankin, beautiful picture, these are the three options for us to work together. One, I have a monthly membership. I didn't bring that up because most of y'all need the mentorship. The mentorship is 6 months. It doesn't take 6 months to go through it. You just got access to the information for 6 months. It's a 24-hour course. That's it. Once you finish the course, you got everything you need to go win your first grant. And then at the third option, this is our ebook bundle with all three of the books that I showed y'all here. Hold on. So we got our Finding Funding ebook that talk about what grants are, what they're not, which ones you need to be applying to, whether you're in that startup or started phase that we talked about earlier. We got Black Women in Grants, a book I wrote earlier this year with Tay's story in there, Ashley's story. They're case studies of our recent grant winners. We got the grant game that I literally just opened up and read to y'all, my story, 9 years old, winning my first funding. And my mama didn't play. She was an entrepreneur. I had several businesses at 9. Reading just happened to be something my school offered, and I got on TV for it. But I was picking up cans. I was babysitting in the neighborhood. You name it. Your girl was booked and busy. My mama did not play. So I was really taking the family out to dinner at 9 years. So anyway, I start telling y'all my journey. But those are all three of the ebooks that come in our bundle. The bundle is $97. And yes, read these books and you will know how to go out and win your first or next grant as a Black woman, for-profit small business owner. That's over at www.blackwomeningrants.com. Let me see if TikTok will let me type. www.blackwomeningrants.com. That's where Tamika went to claim her scholarship to join us in our 6-month mentorship program. What else did I want to tell y'all about the mentorship? Let me click on it. So just to reiterate, if you have not won a grant, if you have won a grant, it doesn't matter. Grants change all the time. They've definitely changed over the years. They're not harder to find, harder to win, or harder to come by. You just got to know what you're doing. With this whole DEI thing, a lot of people are taking the word Black off of these grants, which means they're going to be open to more people. So where one grant would say Black women, it might just say women. And that means that you just need to have a more competitive grant application strategy, or GAS. GAS is what I've labeled it. And so that means you need to know what you're talking about on your grant applications to stand out and catch the eye of these grant check writers. And so the Grant Game Mentorship, that is our one-time payment, 6-month access self-study course. It's independent study. So you're going to be watching videos. You're going to download our app that'll read all three of our books to you. You're going to watch the videos of our recent grant winners like Tay and Ashley and Raven DuVernay. And you're going to listen to their stories about how they won, why they won, what their businesses are, what they said on the application, why they think the grant gave them the money. Just like y'all giving me these likes. I see y'all at 121,000 likes. Thank y'all. And so that's all over at blackwomeningrants.com. Plus the list of programs that I was mentioning to Tamika. When you have a new business, you're trying to get it off the ground, or you got a business that you're trying to grow that you already started, it's important to get into a community of like minds. So I have 5 other programs in addition to mine. You can go get in for free. I don't teach them. I've gone through them as a student, now as a scholar. And so you can get into them because you are a part of Black Women in Grants. You're literally clicking a link, reading about the program, see if they're teaching stuff that you're interested in, and go apply. Make sure their applications are open. Let them know you're with Black Women in Grants, Dr. AJ Austin, and get in, my friend. And so these programs are good as well if you need coaching, mentorship, training, accountability, another community of other women building their businesses so that they'll be grant ready or capital ready. And so that's just to get you started on your next level, whether you're launching the business or you're growing it. Those types of programs are important. What else was I going to tell you? These are part of grants because they're giving you scholarships to go through these programs. These are business training and development programs funded by like banks. Bank of America has one. I just finished one with Goldman Sachs being one of the sponsors. And then they bring on coaches and mentees and guest speakers and people that they've partnered with. Like we've heard from reps at Visa. And it just depends on where their money comes from. They'll bring on the people that wrote them the check to do these programs. And then they'll have teachers of these topics that you need to either get your business started or get it to the next level if you've already started it. And so I picked out 5 of my favorite out of 27 that I've now been a part of. So head over to blackwomeningrants.com. That's how you come join us. blackwomeningrants.com. I think if you want to be the next one to join us while I'm live, I think I got enough voice in me to bring one more person up, but you got to join within the next like 2 minutes because it only takes 2 minutes to sign up. So you can put wait in the chat and let me know that you're over signing up and you want to come on the live with me. I can coach you through your idea as far as what types of grants you should be looking for. Or we can coach you through your idea like we just got started with Tamika to get you on the right path to saying, if you were to win a grant today, here's what you would do with the money. So if you want to be next, go to www.blackwomeningrants.com and come join us. But you got to be joining us for real. Like, I'm not going to wait just because you said to wait. I got to see. And I can see on my back end if you over there trying to sign up. Amen. So that's over at blackwomeningrants.com. Before I go, I got a little energy. I should have made that tea. Y'all, I made some tea today. I made a lavender lemonade tea. That was so good. And I would not let myself have a second one because I didn't want to be hyper. But I should have made that tea because I didn't expect to be on TikTok for 2 hours. Amen. So next time, I'm going to make it and just sit in the refrigerator so I can go run and grab it while I'm on the live, okay? But I put lavender syrup. I use something called Lemon Lift Tea by Bigelow, that company. I put some honey in there, a little brown sugar. It was in my mason jar full of ice. I look forward to having it tomorrow now. So just let y'all know. So I did that over coffee today. And it got me here. Here we are. I'm not sleepy. I got a little energy in me. So that's why I said, if you hurry up and come join us in the mentorship, I might have a little energy to coach you real quick and bring you up on the live. But it got to be like right now. And again, it does not take long. There is Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm. If you need them as payment arrangement options, you can simply click those links and sign up. I'll be gracious and give you like 5 minutes. I don't want you to be nervously tapping and typing because that's when y'all leave out a letter on your email and I can't never reach you. Amen. Okay. Let me see if there are any other questions before I go. Glory says, wait. All right, Glory, you better be over there getting registered. If not, girl, I'm about to see y'all later. I'm usually live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you go ahead and follow this page, okay? And make sure that you tell TikTok to notify you when I'm live and when I'm posting a video so you can get first dibs on that. It's best to get here as early as you can. Y'all see, we had, I don't even know what our cap was today. We was close to 100 people on here earlier. About a fourth of y'all have hung out with us this whole 2 hours. I love y'all for that. We did reach 123,000 likes. Hallelujah. That's that glory. Praise clap. I wish that was dollars. That'll be nice. It's coming. So I'm glad y'all are here to witness. Like, remember when your lowest like number was 124? I do, girl. That was back in 19. All right. Any other questions before we go? Anyone want to share any ahas, any takeaways from the day? Did you learn you something? Did you pick up on something? I try to make it through our top 10 most frequently asked questions, but there's so many of y'all on here that you better be quick, because TikTok, I got to learn how to navigate this system they got going on here, because they just wipe away comments for no reason, or they'll reset. I could be reading and scrolling and it just it resets and I lose everything. So I do have us backup recording on YouTube, so that's good at screen captures. But I still have to go back and try to read everything. So if I missed your comment or missed your question from earlier, now is the time to ask. While you got my full attention, it's much less people on here. Most people get bored because they see how much work that they're going to have to do. You don't have to hire anybody to do this. You don't need a grant writer. You can apply. Every opportunity that Tay has won, she won on her own. She didn't pay nobody to do it. She joined our mentorship and she's done some calls with me and been through our mastermind. You know, we talk often. But that's all you need. You don't have to get nobody to apply for this for you, because as you start winning this money, you want to be able to keep your money, honey. So that's what I teach you how to do. All of that is over at www.blackwomeningrants.com. Royal, the YouTube is blackwomeningrants.com. Just spell it out. Spell out the DOT part, because that's where we'll be when TikTok goes away again. We'll be live on YouTube. So you want to make sure you follow that channel, subscribe, turn your notifications on. We have one viewer there, Mark. He said, "Can I hire you though?" Mark, you've been here most of this time. You keep hearing me say Black women, for-profit small business owners. I am not a grant writer. You don't need a grant writer. The good part of you being here, surrounded by smart Black women, is that this information is universal. So just like they can go over to blackwomeningrants.com and apply, you can do the same thing, Mark. I've had people sign their moms up. Sons have paid for their moms. Men have sponsored women to get copies of my business or my books. One man, I was speaking at an event here in Atlanta. He just walked up with 3 $100 bills and slammed them on the table after he heard me talk. He's like, "I want a box of books." And I gave him his box of books. And he's like, giving them out to the women in his life. He knew everybody he wanted to give a book to. I was like, that's how you support Black women. But no, Mark, I am not for hire. I barely want to apply for the grants that I win, but I'm happy to teach everything that I know. And that's all in my books, all in my mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. Hope that helps. All right, let's see. Before I go, Glory, last call, last check-in. Are you coming to join us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, so I'll know if I'm need to bring you up before I go or not? I'm going to give you another minute or so. Let me double check, because sometimes I have to refresh my system. Anyone else have any final questions as we bring this fun live to a close? I've been having so much fun on TikTok lives lately. They got all these new little tricks and stuff that I'm learning how to navigate. And shouts out to all of the people who have willingly shared knowledge on how to do this thing, because hosting a TikTok live is not for the weak or the faint of heart. But y'all notice this is a fun place. Y'all don't see trolls. Y'all don't see racists, because I block them. Y'all don't even know I'm doing it. But it's there so that this could be a safe space for Black women to learn how to find, apply for, and win grants. That's why I'm here. So make sure you follow this page. Turn your notifications on. You can join the mentorship. You can buy your ebook bundles after the live. The bonus call with me is just not included on our website. So you got to join during the live for that. Hey, that girl, how are you? All right, y'all. Well, that's all I got. Final shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out again. Follow this page. Make sure you're following the right page. We are Black Women in Grants, all lowercase, all one word here on TikTok. Let me check our numbers real quick. Let me see if it'll show it. I don't know. We made 125,600 likes today. Can y'all give yourselves a pat on the back? You did that. I love y'all for that. I didn't know. I just put it out there. But y'all see what happens when you tell the Lord what you need. Y'all did that. So I wish all of those taps back into your life, whether you were tapping for your life, literally, tapping for your grants, tapping for your family, tapping for your neighbor next to you that didn't have the same faith you got. You leaving here with something. Amen. I speak that over your life. Okay. Good and positive things. So thank y'all for joining. YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and log out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And there's that. Thank y'all for hanging out. Let me log off YouTube. There we go.